welcome back to the channel. I'm here and I explore. Today I'm starting off on a street that was once called Spencer Street. Okay, and behind me, through there, used to be Ron Ramsden, which I have featured before. And some of the couches and things have moved from here since I last came round. It's been replaced by, looks like a bed and some windows. Anyway, so let's get on with the video and have a look round the streets. You're walking down Cleethorpe Street. Okay, yeah, it's changed. The layout of here has changed. I think I mentioned this before. Now, the map I'm looking at is dated 1892 to 1914. So why this layout changed, I don't know. Maybe because all the houses got demolished or something like that, maybe during the war, or just demolished anyway for development. As you can see now around here, it is basically all industry. But this road, we see straight through there, you've got Aldi's on your left-hand side. This is originally Cleethorpe Street, okay? And the one that they're calling that now, which if I move to this car park here, and I'll show you. Let's walk up here a little bit. It's a bit cold today, it's near the end of November, and Christmas is vastly approaching. But yeah, see over there, okay, that they're calling Cleethorpe Street, but it's moved. It is actually here, so you keep going straight down there, and that's it. And this street here, down this one, I think I've filmed this before. There was a church on the corner of here, and a Sunday school where this Ramsden's building is. Okay. Let's turn this around. So there, that's the corner I'm on about. And this is Mangle Street, if I'm saying that right. Okay, this is where I am now. Again, all the houses have gone. Because it's near the docks, more than likely got bombed. I don't know without looking at a chart. So what I'm going to do, and why I'm doing this street, which I probably have done before, is I'm going to walk in a straight line to where Trinity Square was. I think I mentioned it on a video I've recently done. Okay, so I'm going to stand back down here. So I've come from down there. I'm now going straight down there. Okay, and we're now going to walk, or I'm going to walk towards where Trinity Square was, roughly where it was, and another street what's lost as well. So let's move on. Right, so I've just going across the road again. Okay, still on the same street. Okay, Cleethorpe Street, and now crossing this one, Walesby Street, and heading this way, straight down there. I'm still online, as you can see, and I'll show you the sign in a minute, where the road comes back round, look, and actually rejoins the original place where this street was. As you can see, the sign there. Why that was done, like I said, if anybody does tell me in the comments. Okay, looking over there towards Aldi's, I'm going to walk around a bit further. There's another street down here, and it's got the same name as the one in Cleethorpes, which leads to the where the old police station was. Let me think, where Bunny Newton's was, that place. I remember going in there, they had a fire in the 80s. I used to work for Taylor Edmonds. We tried to rescue some of the pool tables. It sort of didn't happen. But anyway, so, as I was saying, and I'm just going to go a bit further down, because there's a lot of cars in this car park, so just bear with me a minute. Right, so where I'm stood now, Aldi's is right in front of me there. This is where Grant Street was. It went out straight out onto Cleethorpe Road there, and it's straight through there. Okay, so it's all buried under Aldi's. Now I'm going to walk further, a little bit further, from where Grant Street was. Okay, now we're heading up towards where Trinity Square was. And that is now buried. I think I mentioned it before in a video. I did a quick one, it was firework night one, was in here under all this. Okay, so this is where Trinity Square was. Of Trinity Street is still there, luckily. Now that, if I get this right, comes out, and I'm going to keep going down here. Let me turn this around so you can see. There we go. Okay, so Trinity Street came out there, where this gate and that is, and ran straight down here. As you can see, there is a sign there. Trinity Street, fairly long. So I'm going to walk down here. So this bit still exists. Now here, this was all houses as well. Okay. And the square bin, like I said, under all them buildings there. And there's a, just seen a dead seagull. But anyway, so let's walk down here. Now, I've recently seen a photo what somebody put on one of the media sites. Really great for me to line up things. It's brilliant. Now, this wall here, there used to be a passage. Okay, a passageway, which I'm now walking up to. And in that direction there, where that building is, it says Brown's BLDS. I'm assuming Brown's Buildings. If anybody can tell me about that, would be great. But this wall here, right here, straight through there, and that way, there was all houses, all in here, either side. So if anybody can remember that, that'd be great. But yeah, as you can see, totally all gone, all flattened, completely disappeared, all locked under there. Well, that's what you did. Well, straight through there, look. As I'm walking now, Trinity Street came out on Cleethorpe Road. Okay, so let's move on. I'm now walking down Ryby Street. Okay, now I'm just going to go up here a little way to Levington Street. Because at the bottom of there, and I think I've mentioned this before maybe, but there was a laundry, and I'll show you where that was when I actually get up to it. Which I'm nearly here now, I think. Yeah, this is it. So through there, okay, where this waterworks is, in this area, was a laundry in there. Okay, this is Said Street, which is Levington Street. And I remember this being Findus just in there, by the way. I've done that before, but yeah, there was a laundry at the bottom of this. So I'm now going to go back out onto Humber Street, because there's some things I want to point out to you, which I think are quite interesting. This one down here is Orwell Street. Yep, there's Orwell Street there. The Orwell Street Baths, the Nautical Training College, in the same building. So let's move on a bit. I'm now on Humber Street. Okay, so I've been down here a few times. I mean, this is the old Humber pub there, which is still standing, which I've done on a few videos in the past. Okay, so we're coming down here. Now we're here where this garage is it? Or where they sell cars, I don't know. But anyway, in here, this area, all this area, sorry, yeah. There used to be a theatre in here called The Little Gem. Now, there's not a lot known about it. Now, I saw it on a site about theatres around Grimsby, Cleethorpe, etc., but there's not a lot known about it. But it was in there. So, I mean, that was your entertainment, wasn't it? Picture houses, things like that. Somebody playing the organ and you watch the silent film, that kind of thing. So, you know, you come from the docks, which is in front of me. You come for a pint, many a pubs. I've done a few pub videos. But yeah, that's what you would have done, probably gone for a few. Maybe in that pub behind me. But it was an hotel as well. Okay, it wasn't just a pub, it was the Humber Hotel. Started off very small, and then they built that. But I've just shown you. But yeah, a lot of history around this area. So let's move on. Okay, so I'm now walking down Cleethorpe Road, and recently there's been a sign revealed. Now, I knew this shop was there anyway, but I'm going to show you it. So it's been revealed recently. I actually walked past it a few days ago, and I saw it. I thought, I've got to film this for you guys. A lot of you will remember this one. But there's a lot of traffic about at the minute, but I will show you. Just bear with me 1 minute. Can you see it up there? Look, light woods. You see the fish either side. Now these sell guns, fishing rods and all sorts in there. And next to it, where it says that lighting place, that was Whitby's. We got bikes, toys and everything. But yeah, look at that. A newly revealed sign that's still there. And if you go in there buying your fishing equipment or your guns or whatever you needed. But yeah, there it is. Lightwoods. Okay, just a quick revisit to this one while I'm down here. This is the Albion, still left, look, broken windows and things like that still going. Not a lot's happened to it. I mean, you can't get in there anymore. And across the road, there's another building that's been left there. Okay, well, I believe that was the Saracen Hotel, but you can never be sure some of these pictures. I've only mentioned it before. But yeah, another building that's sort of been left around. Okay, so let's move on. So I'm now walking down Kent Street. Done this before a few times. It's just whiz you around there. You know, as you can see, where the flats were all totally gone. There's a school to the side of me through that edge. And this is a Sunday, by the way. That's why it's quiet around here for a change. Okay, the reason I'm walking down here is because, you know, like I have done in the past, I find some things, new things, that I've never noticed before. Okay, so the dates on this particular street, what we're looking at, is 1944, 1973. So there's a decent few years in between them dates. Okay, for development, knocking down, probably got bombed, etc. So I'm going to move up to the corner of Thesiger Street. Okay, and there's a few things on there and on the corner of this street as well that are long gone. There's about 3 things on there. There's 2 that are still here, which is the Kent Arms, I think that's what it was called. And you got the Tower Cinema, which I'll point out as I walk down. Okay, so let's carry on and walk down here. But bearing in mind, either side of all this, and on the other side of the road was houses, even through here. Okay, the first number I've come to, this is on the right hand side of me through this fence, is numbers 129, past the pub to number 71. Okay, that's on this side, and on that side, through there, I can only just see them. I got 122 ending at 62, which will be under where the YMCA building is there. And then we went round the corner straight out onto Freeman Street. So if any of you lived in any of these round here, it'd be great to hear from you in the comments. Okay, so let's move on. And I will explain what these buildings were, where there was, and what's been put on top of them, which that usually happens, apart from the 2 I mentioned, the Tower Cinema and the Kent Arms. Okay, let's carry on. Right, a bit further down Kent Street now, and this place here, this is called the Molson Centre. Now, before this was here, and this is a really recent find, you know, on some of these street maps I've got, there was, of all things, a church. There was a church on here. Okay, and it was on, or in, this corner here, a church. Right, just there. And across there, where you can see the YMCA building, that formerly was a Tesco's, House of Holland, even Mary had it. There was a surgery there, and that was at number 76. This is on the corner of Thesiger Street and Kent. Okay, and across there, where this building is now, what is it, an NHS Plus Group Centre or something, in there, okay, next to 87, and sorry, between 87 and 893, Kent Street, was the Ambassador Club. So if any of you went there, that'd be great. Let me know about that in the comments. So yeah, there's a few things. Now, as I was saying, a couple of original buildings down here in that time period, 1944, 1973, there, actually the Kent Arms is still there. And the white building, the Tower, Picture House Cinema, etc., I believe a snooker club as well, is still there. Okay, and even the building across the road there, which is to outlet something on it, that's an original. I think that was a post office at one time, but yeah. So basically, the originality of this street is just these 2 buildings here. Okay, former Picture House Cinema, like I just said, snooker hall, and a pub. Okay, let's move on. So I'm now on Thesiger Street. Now, I've noticed something on some of these. You get like, I don't know, alleyways like you would now, passages. Okay, and if I turn this around, down there, this is one that's probably been used again. Okay, now backing onto this, okay, is Albert Street. Okay, and at 101, 103, there was a bakery in there. And also next to it, there was the Chemical Works Social Club. Now, I'm assuming that may have been that ragged school, and, you know, they've just used it as that before it got demolished. And there was a lot of pubs down here anyway. I think I've done them in the past. I mean, there's a really big one, the Colchester round here. That's at the top of Albert Street, which is down there. Long since vanished. But yeah, this is where I am. You can see. Albert Street East. So if any of you remember any of this, like the bakery and the clubs and that, just comments below. Still on Thesiger Street now. Now we're in this area here where it's, well, you can see the usual car park. You had Cox's there, didn't you? The fish and chip shop, the P-Bung is still in there. Okay, the reason I'm pointing this out is because there was a pub on each corner of this. Okay, so looking towards the car park there, okay, just where I'm stood, this is Albert Street behind me. There was a pub here where it's pointing now. There's one next to it on the corner there, okay, still on Thesiger Street, and the one over there, which where the cameras point, I know that was the red line across the road from the corporation. But the pub on each corner of this little area here, and also next to number 61, there was toilets as well. So yeah, and also in the middle of this, there was a factory. Now, the houses that backed onto this are 1, 2, 3 and 4, it says. Let me get better than this. There we go, number 64, 62, 56 and 54, it says. Almost a pub on every corner of this. This here been Nelson Street and carried on through there onto the Crescent. And this is where the flats was, now completely gone. Yeah, I just noticed that. But what was that factory, if anybody does know? Okay, I'll just point that out again. Freeman Street is through there. Okay, Nelson Street is over there where the market is. The red line was on the corner where the camera's pointing across road from the corporation. But in the middle of all that, there was a factory. So what did that make? If anybody knows, comments below. Okay, let's move on. I'm currently stood now on Eaton Square. Okay, just turn this around. Now, this time of year, which is getting on for Christmas, there used to be a Christmas tree there and a roundabout. But as you can see, it's changed over the years. I remember the Christmas tree being there. But just while I'm round here, I've had a lot of rain. Look at this. I'll just show you this. I know this is all streets. So look at this water down here, look. Whoa. There's some up there as well. Definitely needs clearing out. Okay, so reason I'm here is to talk about the East Marsh Street. Okay, which has changed its name. I don't know if it's still called that. Which runs down there alongside Asda. That was called East Marsh Street. Whether it's still called that still, I don't know. And the other thing is what is left of the houses or buildings on that street. Well, the blue building on the corner there, that's it. Okay, and the numbers I've got is 268 running right round the corner to the post office on Clyde Street to 244. Okay, that's going down a bit down Freeman Street. And there's another street on here called Gorbden Street, if I'm saying that right, I do apologise. And also Hollis Street, and all them streets, most of them anyway. There's a little bit of them still left, but not much. I mean, you know, it's just like a little walkway, if you like, when you come out of Asda and walk back out onto Freeman Street. But all that is all under there now. There was a works under there, there was houses, everywhere around here was terraced houses back then. Okay, in the years I'm talking about, it's from about 1900 onwards till about the 70s, I think, when they started knocking it all down. I remember them building this, and there used to be a multi-storey car park in there to go racing me radio-controlled cars in there. And you even remember that? But yeah, so it's changed a lot round here too. I mean, you know, Hollis Street, massive street this was. But sometimes they do move these signs about. And here, just in this one, I'll point this one out when I'm walking past, where the red building is there, that's where the oil millers was. Okay, because there was an oil, I think it was across there, the oil mill was over there, just where the bridge is. But yeah, this is the oil millers pub, which I have featured on my pub video. I'm now on Robinson Street East, okay, the Cleethorpe building behind me there. You've seen me do this before. Okay, so I've just been talking to a gentleman about my channel and that he's going to subscribe, and he was telling me that somewhere, this is Home Street, okay, there was a chapel on Pasture Street somewhere. Now, he said, I'm going to turn this around. See, this is the Cleethorpe building there, like it's now whatever that is. Okay, and he said it was somewhere at the back of one of these. So I'm going to walk down here. I'm going to keep the camera in the direction he was telling me about. But if any of you do know about this chapel, okay, I'm on Home Street and the other side of this is Pasture Street. But I've come down Pasture Street for another reason, which I'll tell you about in a minute. But yeah, he said you could possibly in this here, I don't know. I mean, if there was, is it still there, has it gone? But looking at some of these bricks here, I don't know. Could have been reused. No idea, but that through there looks old to me. A lot of it is down here. I've been down here before, but yeah. If any of you do know about a chapel on Pasture Street or Home Street, please put it in the comments below. Okay, let's get on. I'm now on Eastgate. Okay, so it's, you probably recognise this area. Remember the subway that used to go down there that smelled? And the first place I ever worked, well, it was Turner and Edmonds when I was there. The first started off in here, the building's long gone. But the reason I'm here is because this, on Eastgate, was the location of Bennett's Hall, owned at William Bennett and his two daughters. Okay, and the information I've got that is 1868. Now, when it got demolished after that, I don't know. But it's called Bennett Hall and it vanished. And it was down here. So I'm assuming over in this area, because it says that the croquet lawn was under what is now Pasture Street. So let's say imagine a big house here, overlooking that way. It would have been fields at the time. This is before the railways. I mean, just after the railways, sorry. Okay, were built, 1848. So that's 20 years on. Area. Okay, let's go around the other side to Pasture Street. I'm now out on Pasture Street, so the croquet lawn was possibly under all this somewhere, okay? And there's nothing to tell you that it was here or not, but according to what I've read, it is. So there's like, I think, various clues, I would think, to, you know, maybe its location, but some of the names, I mean, did they have a bowling green at the time? I think bowls was around then. I mean, thus, you can see here, bowling green. Could have been after they finished playing croquet on it. And then there's another one round here. Now, maybe because he had land, you know, William Bennett, they may have had animals on here. So I'm going to walk up to this one and show you the name of this street. Moving a bit further now. Now this one, you see, sheepfold. Now, did he keep sheep somewhere around here? We know this is the location of the Tickler's Jam area. There was a gasworks at the back of there, and Osmond's Aerosols right over the back there. Things like that. And there's, these warehouses were still here, some of them. And this one on here, I believe, was a warehouse as well. And then a snooker hall where the white one is. The white building is. Well, I've already done that on another video. But yeah. So if any of you do know about this chapel or the church I've just mentioned, which somebody told me about a few minutes ago, that'd be great. Please put it in the comments below. I'm now on Osborne Street. Now I've got a very old, well, a map in my hand, which I looked at home, and I wrote the names down of the streets. Okay, so Victoria Street, as we know, has been there for quite a while. But before that, this is going back a long way. Okay, it's Baxter Gate. Now we have all heard of Baxter Gate, and it's all through that way there, where the Christmas tree currently is in the library. Okay, but it's now Victoria Street, west, south, north, if you walked it fully. Right, okay, so, where I am, and I'm coming up to where the St Mary's Church was, which I have done a video on in the past. This is now a pub. I think it's Boston's or something like that it's called. That's an old churchyard. Okay, so there's another street that's got a different name now. Okay, it was to coincide with the St Mary's Church. And on this map, it just says Old Churchyard. So I'm going to walk up to this street and tell you what it used to be called before it changed its name to what it is today. Right, okay, so I'm coming up to the street now. It's now currently called East St Mary's Gate, like I said, to coincide with the St Mary's Church at the time. We'll turn that around, you'll see it is over there. This was the old gas place where I used to go in. You can see that what it is now. Okay, so the street over there was originally called Cross Street, and it went straight across Baxter Gate, which is now Victoria Street, and into some houses. Okay, it was just before the street, that Cross Street ran straight across, like I said, and it was just before you got to Silver Street. Okay, so that's on there. Silver Street's on there, so that's been there a long time and not changed its name. Okay, so I'm going to walk up a little bit further now and point out another street which has changed its name, which is to coincide with St Mary's Church. So let's keep going. Okay, so the rain has stopped now. I've actually come back out, and I'm now stood on As you can see down there, West St Mary's Gate. Okay, so a long time back, okay, on this map that I looked at home the other day, this used to be Old Church Street. Okay, because behind all these buildings here was St Mary's Church, long since demolished. So yeah, so that's what this street was. So I'm going to walk up a bit further towards the Marketplace Bullring area and tell you the names of some of the streets that used to be down there. Now I've already done through there, as you can see, where the old bins was. That used to be Baxter Gate. Okay, and now it's Victoria Street. But in here, all in here, okay, I'm right near the Arbor Hotel, okay, Bethlehem Street. This was all houses, workshops, you name it. There was all sorts of things going on under there, but all definitely gone. This is way before they changed all the street names, by the way. So as I get up to here, okay, this is the old marketplace, which is through there. This used to be called a back street, okay, back street. And in there was all housing, where all these buildings are now. The Exchange, I think, what's it called now, the Avon Pub or something like that, Avon Arms. But yeah, they used to be in there. That used to be called the back street. And now, like I said, used to have houses in there. So let's move along a bit further. I'm now on Bethlehem Street, okay. Now in this area here, where I am before, it was called Bethlehem Street. It was called Low Street. I'm going to show you where I am. So you've got a reference there that you see the bakers across the road. In there, everything else I've done in the past. Okay, Maltby and Coates, if you're wondering. So yeah, it used to be Low Street. Now, if I go through here, where the church and that is, it's a bit hard to follow. This map is very, quite old. Okay, so in here, in this area, this is officially the marketplace. Still under all this, the Bullring area. Okay, the Bullring was around about in this area here. Okay, that's where that was. But I say it's all changed and it is hard to follow quite a bit. But in the middle, in here, there was houses. So you had the marketplace and the houses, and then the Bullring was behind these houses. Okay, now it carried on as okay, where Flottergate is, which is over where the Avon Bridge is now. Okay, where the grinders and everything else, the old mills are. That carried on and came through the marketplace and then turned in a street called the High Street. So around here, the Bullring area, it was called the High Street before it got called, like I say, Victoria Street was Baxter Gate. That's a bit hard to follow, isn't it? But yeah, that's what I've got on here. So it was called the High Street. And then behind me there, I've just shown it was called Low Street. Okay, so some of the streets that were still on here, that still exist with the name today, is Chantry Lane, which is over in that direction, through there. That carried on from down there, all the way through there, Chantry Lane. Now, there's something else that I noticed. It took a bit of finding out, by the way, that's what I'll tell you. When they built the railways, they put the bridge in there, okay, Deansgate Bridge. And as I've told you about in the past, they made terrace houses called New Bridge Street. And then there was the houses before that was called Old Bridge Street. So there's two rows of houses down here, as I told you about before, off Cartergate. Okay, so originally, before modern days and running down there, as you can see, you came off Deansgate Bridge over there, and you actually came down here, okay, through this building, and you carried on, and you went straight down there, down Victoria Street. Okay, this is modern day now, 1848, not the medieval map I've got in my hand. Well, I think it's medieval anyway, I don't know, it could be earlier than that. But anyway, yeah, so that's where it originally ran. Not down there, it came straight where these trees are, through where them trees are, and down there, like I was just saying. So that's where that originally ran. And then over the time, it's all changed. The modern era set in, things get knocked down like all around here. So there's a lot of history that's happened in this area over the time. I mean, the church here, which you've just seen on this video, there's been buildings here since the Saxon time. That'd be the 10th century. And the Vikings that have been around here as well. As we know, the Grimsby was found by the Vikings. But there would have been Saxons here before they came. If any of you watched the Lost Kingdom or the Vikings on the telly, you know what I mean. But okay, let's move on. On Bargate, okay, Wheatsheaf is to the right of me. It's quite busy down here this morning. Now the reason I've came down here, I found an article online and then discovered where this was found. Okay, so in 1954, they found an Iron Age gold coins as in ord. Okay, in 1954. Which was in between two houses. I'm not going to say the numbers because, you know, they are occupied, but so let's say the corner of Westwood O, which I'm coming up to shortly, which is in front of me there. Okay. Now, these coins were found in the third to last house along where I'm walking now. Okay, so don't know who got them. If it's the council, that must have been a good party that year. Well, that would have been given to a museum, you know, portable antiquities, that kind of thing. Archaeologists will have come in and had a look. So, where there was, is where I'm standing now. Okay? Behind that wall there. In here. Where the tree is, that's where they were found. Okay, so, many of you know about that one, I was around at the time. It would have been in the Telegraph, I guess. So Iron Age gold coins. So I wonder what else is under all this development round here back then. It's a good thought, but you never know, they might do an archaeological dig one day unless somebody's been planting something and found pottery and that, which more than likely would have if somebody's planting an ord in there for some reason. Or they got chased off by the Vikings or something like that, I don't know. But yeah, if anybody can tell me a bit more about that one, that'd be brilliant, okay? So it's the Iron Age gold coins found in 1954 and I'm on Bargate. Okay, I'll just show you again. Wheatsheaf over there. The original Wheatsheaf, by the way, was on this side. Side of the road where that bush shelter is, roughly. That's where the original one was. Okay, we're carrying on. Okay, just a quick one. I'm on Deansgate now, and as we all know, Baxter Gate, Deansgate, Dudley Street, there's been a disruption down here for ages. But look at it now. Pelican crossings all over the place. There's one over there, one over there, and one over here as well. So this is a bit safe around here now. And I'm walking up here. This is Deansgate Bridge. The original way into town when they built the railways. And when this wasn't here, it was flat. Can't imagine that, can you? But it was flat. Well, these are the original railings on here, just saying. I've probably done this before. You had the crescent down there. That got demolished and that were built on it. There you go. And then there's the this building across there. As you can see it, that's there originally as well. That was transformed into something, and I can't remember what it was for. What they used it for. But anyway, and all the terraces and houses I mentioned was all down there when they built this. And the railways. I've moved a bit further up Deansgate now, towards Deansgate Bridge, and then you're going across the railway. I'm just going to show you this. Down there, look, original stonework. Okay? Now, you came through, and it is chained. There's a gate just here, look, as you can see the chain on it down there. You went through here, and then you carried on straight down there and you ended up in the Grove part of it. It's called Dean's Grove. So through there was a sign right above these houses down here. Now these are the only original ones that are still here. Okay. Amazingly, they haven't built anything on it, but that's where you went, straight down there. Saying further back on this video, okay, the direction of this changed. Now it used to run straight in front of us there, where I was stood, okay, where the church is there. And now it carries on straight down there. You see the big building there, the Wilkin building. It curves around the corner, but originally it didn't. It went straight in front there. And then onto Victoria Street, Baxter Gate, which it was back then. Let's have a quick look at the railway down here as we're going past. I know you people like the railways as well as I do. Looks like there's something down there. That looks unusual. I don't know. I'm going to zoom in on that for you. There it is. Is that a freight train or something in the background there? Well, yeah, there's the old railway. Obviously changed over the years since 1848. No longer steam, we've got diesel, electric and all sorts nowadays. Okay, we carry on. Now stood on the Wellergate crossing, okay, looking towards the railway, and I spotted this down there. Now I'm not up on trains very well, but I'm sure some of you that do will tell me what that is down there. Okay, it looks old to me, I don't know. Looks a diesel, looks very long as well. Now this is what they used to do. I remember, now if you remember, like, there used to be the Grimsby to Louth. So this is where your fish should have come from here and gone to Louth. And I think it was on this side or on the other side where it was. But this is transporting something that's come in from the docks, maybe, I don't know. You can see where I am. I want to take you around the area. You've got the Yarborough Hotel over there. That's been there a long, long time. Well over 100 years old. You see all the buildings up here, look. Let's move my camera up there, that's better. Look at the top of them. Some of them are originals. This is when you start looking around and you see things, you know, that you don't really notice as you're going along. I'm going to pan round. That's the church there. Let's come round this way. Bargate down there. And Wellergate down that way. There you go. Yeah, if any of you know what the train is, that'd be nice. Okay, I'm going to move on now. I've come to the end of another video there. I hope you enjoyed that one. I'd like to welcome all my new subscribers to the channel, and for all you watching my content, I really do appreciate it. So on that note, I will see you all next time on the next video. Bye for now.